keep moving on till we reach the top somehow.
Yes, my Straight Talk family, when you hear that music, you know it's time for another edition of Straight Talk, and time to bid you a very pleasant night wherever you are in the entire Caribbean region. To those of you in St. Kitts and Nevis in particular, I say greetings to all who are logged on to izonline.com. I know that there are many of you in Africa, there are some of you in Asia, there are some of you in Europe, and there are a whole lot of you all over North America. So I'm at liberty to say good night. I can't say good morning. In some cases, I can say good afternoon, because one of such greetings would be applicable to the region in which you now find yourselves. Perhaps on a short vacation, maybe, just maybe on a business. Oh no, why am I saying that? Because we are locked down. You're still locked down, but some of you would have already for sure considered that region to be your place of abode. Straight Talk is a public service program that facilitates and promotes free expression on all issues of national interest, be they legal, be they environmental, be they technological, social, economic, and or political issues. On Straight Talk, you do have a forum to express yourselves freely. Let's, in the process, continue to keep St. Kitts and Nevis as one of the freest countries in the entire world. On this program, we try to raise the level of national consciousness. We try to raise the level of national discourse by alerting our people to their rights, to their responsibilities, and certainly to their obligations. My name is Ian Patches Liburd, and I give Almighty God thanks for blessing me with yet another opportunity to join you in conversation, my Straight Talk family, on yet another occasion. We normally simulcast as well via Sugar City FM St. Kitts, and we say greetings to the listeners on that platform. And in the event you're joining us for the first time, I always like to inform you that first of all, I welcome you if you're a first timer, and trust and hope it won't be your last time. And just to inform you that Straight Talk is a participative program, and by that I mean we include your calls, we include your emails, and if you are so minded to call, the numbers are 465-2555. That's one number. We do have 3 lines. And my Straight Talk family, if you are calling from the diaspora, it's 718-577-2916. My Straight Talk family. And those who like what I call the cloak of anonymity, you are at liberty to access the program via our email platform, that is ZIZSTRAIGHTTALK. That's ZIZ Straight Talk at gmail.com. And I want to encourage you to take part, my Straight Talk family. I want, in the process, before I forget this, I must do this, but first of all, is to send advance birthday greetings to Jasmine Thomas. I always say Jasmine for Boy Blue down there at the ferry terminal. Hope Jasmine is listening. You know, she sells the best pork on the island. But I always have a difficulty, because for me to eat Jasmine's pork, though, it has to be cooked by her husband. But her husband always cooks his pork with the hair. And I like pork with hair, and my bread, for sure. Trust me, I do. And all those who are celebrating, we do wish them a happy Earth Day, my Straight Talk family. I want to, in the process as well, I thank all those constituents who came out last night in terms of our or rather to take part in our constituency executive elections. And we know it was a privilege for me to be there, because this election is to select or elect a democratic group in the constituency. And we were so overwhelmed with the numbers, and we were forced to postpone the supervisor of elections. We decided to postpone the elections until next week Tuesday, because there were almost 200 plus persons who turned out. And this is a significant number, and we may very well have more sometime. And I don't even believe that we've ever had such a turnout in any one of the constituencies at any time in this country. We selected elected an executive for the party or constituency group, so to speak. And my Straight Talk family, as the overwhelming numbers forced us, as I said, to postpone the elections, and I look forward to next week. And I want to encourage the constituents to come out. Let no lawyer, no doctor, no one suppress your vote. You come out to vote next week, and that starts at 7:30. The venue, it would be the Tucker Clark Primary School. We'll reconfirm that before Tuesday. The executive, that's the outgoing executive, will confirm that. But I want to, as well, I want to support. I will support publicly the outgoing executive, or rather the incoming executive. The acting chair at this moment is Karen Sadio. Karen Sadio, that young entrepreneur who has a business there on the pasture, and her deputy, going up for deputy chair, is Oretha Fan Mac. We all know Fan from the Raymond Charles days there. Keisha Nolan as secretary, Shantella Wilson going up as treasurer, and Sharez Cornelius would be going up to be elected as the PRO, and Alwali Mohammed as assistant secretary treasurer. And this group, I believe, it's the right group to move on and move the constituency forward. And I want to say publicly, I support them and recommend that you elect them, my Straight Dog family. Tonight as well, I want to continue promoting the national dialogue. And before even I do that, someone said to me, called me today and asked me, what's happening to the family patches? Aren't we a family no more? And I said, yes. She said she don't hear the family. She don't hear the family. I don't know why she don't hear the family. But tonight I will continue promoting our national dialogue, as I have done over the last 7 or 8 years on this Straight Talk program. As your host, I have tried all times to promote dialogue on all issues of national interest. And this forum, I will confess that it has become a popular tool for political transformation. And when I say dialogue, my Straight Dog family, by that I have tried always to facilitate a stream of ideas flowing among, through, and between us, irrespective of our political allegiance. And with the expectation all times that out of this national dialogue, some new understanding and positive change would emerge. And we have been doing this over the years, like I said, and I want you to be the judge of success and or failure of this endeavor. Now, what is dialogue, you may ask, my Straight Dog family? And dialogue, I submit, has its roots in Latin, as it is derived or comes from the Greek word dialogos. And dia means through, and logos means the word. And that is why I suggested that over the years, a body of ideas flowed between us, flowed through us, and the words we express, have no doubt, redounded in the improvement within our federation. And why dialogue, you may ask? Because you see, there are some of us in this, the 21st century, as Kititians and Nivisions, we do not wish to entertain dialogue. We want to act out the same old, and we want to act out the old Irish adage, the old Irish proverb, the old Irish expression, which goes like this, and I quote, "Whatever you say nothing. Whatever you say nothing." And I believe that this attitude influences many of us, that if we say nothing, it helps to avoid conflict at all levels in our societies. So on a regular basis, and without properly considering the results, they find comfort in practicing denial. They avoid responsibility, or they facilitate what I call a silo mentality in order to maintain an artificial appearance of normality. As a consequence, they exist side by side, yet they do not understand each other. Could you imagine that? People existing side by side, but they do not understand each other. Worse yet, when they engage each other on political issues in particular, and I'm sure we'll all agree that political issues are divisive issues in St. Kitts and Nevis, and the world over, I could add. They normally become embroiled in heated shouting matches, where positions are stated and restated in a series of circular arguments, much to their own detriment, as they leave with their views reinforced and their positions unchallenged. But at its simplest, dialogue, I submit, is a process that facilitates better understanding of each other's views, and it enhances our ability to make informed decisions. And this process may lead to trust, it may lead to respect, and the building of a shared future in which we all belong. Or it may clarify our disagreement and the need to follow separate paths to separate futures. Either way, my Straight Talk family, I submit that dialogue enhances our ability to make informed decisions, and I believe that is a good thing. Our dialogues currently take place right here on ZIZ each Monday and Thursday night, and we try to involve people from all walks of life and from all political persuasions. We encourage especially our young people, also people who have never engaged in dialogue before, and people who may be suspicious of dialogue, and we do so through a process of education. On Straight Talk, we try to be comprehensive by covering completely or broadly all the national issues, and I submit as well that education is encyclopedic, it is eclectic, and we solicit ideas from a broad and diverse range of sources and of people, or from people. On Straight Talk, we have always promoted a diversity of callers and views, beg your pardon, as a wide component of the program. That approach, I'm sure you will agree, is a tricky thing to apply and understand, because it has both negative and positive effects on society, such as education and for sure politics. People have to dig deep to figure out what exactly will be the ultimate effect of national dialogue and patiently wait for the results. Straight Talk opines, therefore, that a government for, by, and of the people should naturally include a wide variety of voices. But in St. Kitts Nevis, politics has been traditionally dominated by political tribalism, and that is sad. Diversity in politics helps, I believe, though, to ensure that no issue is examined from only one comparatively narrow point of view. Additionally, it can train politicians to seek out differing points of view on future issues. Tonight, therefore, I want to have, or we will have, with your indulgence, my Straight Dog family, an open dialogue. Your views, your comments, and all your questions will be entertained. And we know if you have been following Straight Talk or you have just joined us for the first time, I can tell you, some people within the Straight Talk family contribute in different ways and form. I was reflecting today, and I remember this young 13-year-old who contributed in song some 7 or 8 years ago. This young woman from St. Croix, whose mom is well known, from East Bastia, my Straight Dog family.
Mommy, 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 for immunity, secure my future for me. When I look around, I can tell poor people catching hell while the government doing well. I pray to God every day that my young man won't go astray. When I think about my country, what my future is going to be in our country, oh land of beauty.
Yes, even the 13-year-olds, then they make their contributions as well in song. 7 years ago, my Straight Dog family. I also remember the mighty Ragamuffin who gave us a Kaiso, my Straight Dog family.
He said that he top up with full confidence. But when you cannot find him, he hiding down behind the green fence. He ducking and hiding from the FBI. But when they're ready to hold him, they're going to drag him out of Dubai.
And yes, my Straight Dog family, some people just laughed as their contribution as part of the dialogue, my Straight Dog family. A hearty laugh.
This is dumpling the whole world money. You don't study nobody. The fact is the fact. And they know what's going on. Them who talking, don't study them, just laugh after them. Ha ha ha! Laugh, sweet. Love you. Drive safe home. God love you. This is dumpling. Ha ha ha!
That's how some people take part in the dialogue. And some would not be silenced, like that same dumpling who will always participate in the national dialogue. You won't lock him out for sure, I can tell you.
This is dumpling. Patches, nobody gonna put no big rock on this mouth if I come on and talk. Because I know where I went through with labor. And some of them walking and calling up my name to all kind of people. But how I am radio, abusing, and you hear me abusing, because every minute you're playing the tape. I don't know why they want me to be on the radio. I don't talk. My mouth is mine. If you're wrong, you're wrong. When you're right, I say you're right. But something is going on. Something is going on. And they're going to stop me, They wouldn't stop this dumpling here. You understand? Because we went a long way. And everybody was sweet and dandy. You remember how Crab used to sing about, it's a Macarena. Well, it's so. Let me put that in the magazine. This is dumpling, Patches. Drive safe. And God bless you. Ha ha ha!
Yes, my Straight Dog family. We all take part, we entertain all views, all persons from all walks of life here on this, our national dialogue, right here on Straight Talk. But whatever some may say, or whatever some may try to do, the records tell the true story. The records tell the true story of what's happening in our country in terms of our fiscal performance, our performance in terms of our development, and our health reform and others by Straight Talk family. This true story is told right here on Straight Talk, my family.
The good work that has started by the people in relation to their support for the Team Unity movement, the PLP, PAM and CCM will continue. This was an historic moment, a moment in the political life of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis which brought dividends, the best ever performance on the balance sheet of the country, the best ever performance in public infrastructure development in the country, the best ever performance in terms of the reforms we brought to the health sector, the coming and stream of a mental health care treatment facility, the rebuilding of the Mary Charles Hospital in Molyneux, the addition of the oncology or cancer wing at JNF Hospital. All these are landmark achievements. The outreach to those with disabilities, the provision in, I think it was New Road, St. Peter's, of a free plot of land for the Association of Persons with Disabilities. All these are part of the track record of the government in service to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yes, my Straight Talk family. So this is what dialogue is all about. And tonight, as I said, we'll have an open dialogue. I'm going to open the lines, right, my Straight Talk family, for you to make your contributions, your comments, your questions. We'll entertain all. Everyone. No one will be left on the outside. Once you have your view, all you have to do on Straight Talk is to talk the truth. Once ago, when we spoke the truth here in St. Kitts, we had to be afraid. Had to be afraid because once you spoke the truth, you would have to be prepared to stand alone. No, not now. Straight Talk has changed that. All you have to do, as I said, is to talk the truth. I'll open the lines and entertain your calls and your emails. Again, if you're a first-timer, remember the numbers are 465-2555 and or 718-577-2916. Our email address is zizstraighttalk@gmail.com. I always like to encourage you to respect others. And of course, to achieve that, you must first respect yourselves. Let us try to be fair to all concerned. Let us try to build goodwill and better friendships. Let us try to say and do the things that would be beneficial to all concerned. And in the process, my Straight Talk family, let us strive to build a kinder, gentler St. Kitts and Nevis. With that said, I go to the lines at 26 past 8 o'clock. Call you live.
Yes. Very pleasant good evening to you, Dr. Ian Patches Liburd.
How is the mighty ragamuffin?
Oh, man, I'm here. I'm gonna renew some changes tonight here.
I went to the archives, my brother. How about that?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Love to hear you.
Yes, I like to hear as well.
I bring you greetings from the people in Montserrat. They say they like the way that we are keeping the volcano.
Mm-hmm.
And also greetings from those in the wider diaspora, Miss Connecticut, Nurse Garnet, Jacqueline, and Janet in Station. The local warriors, them, you will get your greetings some other time. Now, Patches, I want to identify myself with my farmer name. This is radical culture. Because there are a lot of confusion. People are accusing me of saying that they hear me on a different radio station. Me and the host had it out yesterday and Monday. And those people who know me and who tell me so, they tell them, not me, not culture. They could put their neck on the block. That is not culture voice you hear. So they better clear out their ear. They tell them they know for sure that culture don't listen to that radio station and culture don't call in on it. So let me make that clear. When I hear these voices, listen clearly and distinctively to know who's saying it. Okay? Let me get that straight. Patrice, brother, I want to say something here. When you see an ant's nest, and you go down the road and you come back up and you don't see the ants them in the house resting, don't chuck the stick in the hole to upset the ants them. Leave the ants them in peace. Because when they come out, you ain't gonna like what they're gonna do with your foot. You're gonna have to run. So I'm saying this to people. Let sleeping dog lie. Where there is a confusion and a problem, leave it there. God knows what he's doing, and he will judge what it is. So people, are you keep away from say and them say. Give us back our father money that you borrow, that he lend you, that he lend you. Give us back our father money that you borrow. The Kunumunu told us so. Patrick, I'll be back. Thank you.
Yes, that's part of the dialogue, as I said, my Straight Talk family. We go straight back to the lines at 28 past 8 o'clock. Call you live.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother. How art thou? The voice of the voiceless, the help of the helpless.
Also, yes. I'm giving thanks, and yourself?
I am peaceful, my brother. Peaceful.
As always, humble servant. Yes, let me greet you in the presence of the ancestors in whose shoulders I stand. I shall never walk alone, and many of us. I myself also went to the constituency office on Pond Road to exercise my franchise. I have, in the past, exercised such to elect, persons in the constituency who I deem fit to has carried the role, be it president of such body as, the executive. I wasn't always enthused in that type of politics because of my philosophy. But as a community-oriented person, I have gotten in, wanted to give back to my community, and I started to do other initiatives, and I wanted to be more all-inclusive, and so I saw fit to exercise my franchise in that direction. That's enough for that. When it comes to the discourse, the dialogue in which you're speaking of, yes, in my opinion, it's all about maturity. And if we are to grow and to develop as a young nation, we do need to mature, because certain things become second nature. And when speaking of political tribalism, we would have seen genocide instigated by external or internal forces, and you would have heard about tribalism. That word tribalism is broad, and it has permeated all spheres of society, including our politics. And so, once or twice, after certain program, I would have gotten feedback as to, what are my thoughts on the issue at hand, previously, the night before. And I welcome it. I welcome it because we have to gird our loins and purge out that sort of second nature, that sort of addiction that certain things is certain issues is a no-go, and we need not to discuss it. I doesn't tend to listen to all the radio stations because, like everything else, certain things will become second nature. But for certain radio stations that I do listen to, I tend to try to follow up on the content, the matter's content on that particular program, so that I can, have a dialogue likewise and extrapolate from previous programs. And that's just my take on it. But it's a part of our maturity. We have seen what has been happening in the Caribbean, neighboring islands, and we ourselves have come a long way. Today, we can say we are peaceful islands. We are a very peaceful country, both islands. And because of the effort, collective effort of both civil society, including the politicians and ordinary people, because things would become second nature to us. And it used to irk me, humble servant, to hear the next morning another guy, another innocent guy, or otherwise, another life, senseless life got snuffed out. And it used to become like second nature to us, as if we don't have no reverence for what life is about. And so we had to mature, and this is a part of the dialogue. That's just my take on it.
Yes.
Don't allow these things to become taboo to us.
Not at all. And I want to thank you before you go publicly for the service you have done for the constituency and continue to do, especially in terms of our social assistance and youth development as a member of that committee as well. And I trust and hope that you mentioned you've exercised your franchise to vote for the executive over the years. And I'm sure I know you well, and you won't let anyone suppress that particular franchise for you. So I look forward to seeing you next week.
Of course not, humble servant.
Right.
On the bigger picture, humble servant, when on the 5th of June and previously, I am living in Constituency 1. When I went to exercise my franchise a more wider on a more like a national scale, I went in and I recognized certain symbols. And the one that I chosen to exercise my franchise there, nothing. I did that from my conscience, and I will always continue to do so. Okay? Yeah. I have asserted myself to make a difference in my community. I want to see life longevity extended to all and sundry. After certain political seasons, I'm good again. And that is why I'm humble and I know my purpose. And I don't hold no animosity against anyone else, because these are the people I was born and bred around. And when I'm thirsty and when I'm hungry, the old adage, my mother used to give my friends water before she would have given me. It reminds me of the prodigal son. Okay? So we're coming from a long way, and the work shall continue, I can assure you. Thanks for your commendation, and we shall continue the work. Thanks for listening.
My pleasure. Yes, my straight dog family, yes, that was something called executive privilege there. Forgive me for that. I'll go straight back to the lines. Call you live.
Yes, good night.
Yes, just turn your radio, your equipment, your device
it's
down.
Off. It's off.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
I was listening to you this night when you started up, and I would like to know, did your show have a different title?
No, we have an open dialogue tonight. We just entertaining your views. Beg pardon?
Just a question I'm asking you. Just
if
say yes or no. I said if your show has a different title or it belongs to... It's not belongs to Ian Patty,
yes,
Liburd.
that is correct, yes.
And it's not straight talk no more.
It's always straight talk. It will always be straight talk, yeah.
On Wednesday night, I heard your show is Unity Talk Show.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm asking, because on Wednesday night, and I don't know why this person don't stop the blabbering and querying, because they come on Wednesday night telling, the host there, about your show being Unity show. And the host said he didn't know that it was a Unity show. He thought his Ian Patsy's Street Talk. So You know, I don't know why he don't stop. I need this political thing to stop. No, it's too much, man. Voting already gone. And this talk show just like he picks things from your show and come back to carry it on the Wednesday night show. And, you know, I don't know why he don't stop. But I am asking you from now on, you see how you started the show tonight? And just say, do a open talk, what you want to speak about. I am glad about that because it's too much now with this politicking.
Okay.
It's too much
Thanks.
with this politicking. And I would just like your show to be the same number one. I don't want it to drop. I want it to be the number one show. So I would like you to just do that. You know, don't even anybody come on and start to say this something, person saying this and this something. Just like cut them beer. Because it bring your name as a unity talk team.
Okay, got you loud
So,
and clear.
I enjoy your night and have a good night of your balance of your talk show and be careful going home. Just drive safe. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you as well.
Bye.
I'll be guided by Straight Talk family. And you see, some of us in the 21st century, as citizens and divisions, we just don't want to entertain dialogue. As the caller prior to this, last caller said, we ought to show a level of maturity, right? And we don't want to act like the Irish and or like the old Irish proverb, whatever you say nothing. You have your say, and because this attitude, you may think it avoids conflict, but just have to respect each other, respect their views. Call your live.
Good night to the Honorable Ian Patches Liburd. Good night.
Good night, my Mr. Politics.
Oh my God. I get in all it tonight. Got a little itchy throat here, you know, Patches? Mm-hmm. You know how we go. The lime, the tamarind and everything, gonna try to clear up that, you know?
Certainly, man. And some honey too, my brother.
Yeah, man. I want to big up my people who coming back home in the Federation of Sinkers and Navies in the diaspora. I just want to big them up. And when you all come back, you know you all got to go to the protocol. You understand? Because you all was out there and you all see what happened out there. And we don't want this federation to be troubled with this deadly corona out there. Now school are open up and everything. Up to yesterday when I went to work, I asked the principal how things. He said everything work out good. And all home it and the children home it, I asked them how I was in school today. They tell me everything was good. And I just want everything to go safe, Patches. Now, Patches, let me move on. Patches, 2015, the people went out to vote for a unity government. And this unity government was so successful in solving the Federation of Sinkers Nevis. You understand? With no heartache or nothing. Patches. And Patches, you know the 2000 election, you know, it was a virtual campaign. You know, you could not go out because of the deadly corona going out there and campaign and got this big crowd. You know, you could not do it. You got to do it virtually. And you're hearing all kind of talk for Patches. But let me tell you something, Patches. The people that may went out there go vote for PAM. They went out there go vote for PLP. They went out there go vote for CCM. They went out there go vote for the performance of unity government for the 2015 election coming up to 2020. How they perform and bring the ordinary man and woman in good life. We got to say good life, Patches. Because you wasn't finding the begging, you find the shooting and thing up and down the place. And all this murdering, this young man murdering one another. And we got to give God thanks. So Patches, with all the naysayers and the negative talk we're going on, you got to guard above, looking over St. Kitts and Nevis. And I want to see this unity government, in spite of whatever talk you hear, look, continue to serve this federation after this term, because Patches, only unity can reign in any part of the world, only unity. And brother, only unity. Patches, I want you to thank God for life, thank God for St. Kitts and Nevis. We live in a beautiful country, and we got to take care of it. And I talking to my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, when you are coming here, just go to the protocol. Patches, have a wonderful night. God bless.
Wonderful night as well, my dear brother. And you're so correct. It's about the fiscal performance, the infrastructure development, or health sector reform. And these are the things that made the difference in terms of the return of team unity. As I said, one good term deserves another. Call your life.
Yes, Patches, good night. This is Sugar.
Is this Sugar from the west?
Yes, that's farm.
On the farm.
Yes, I just called to congratulate the Team Unity government. And let me say good night to the voice and the voiceless, and the help and the unhelpless, and the voice of the voiceless.
Help of the helpless.
I hear you were saying something, and come to me now. I want to make sure that I hear what you say. How you said you like the pork from down the terminal?
No, well, I like Boy Blue cooks pork. Boy Blue is cooked. Jasmine is a cook too. But I like Boy Blue's pork because I like pork with hair.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and I like it with bread too.
Yeah, that's the thing I want to find out. You know, pork with hair. Okay.
And bread. Don't forget
I know where you're coming from.
Don't forget the bread, my brother.
Anyway, I could put in a little piece of song.
Anytime. That's what street love is all about, my brother.
Okay.
You want a band?
Hello?
You want a band, a string band, or a guitar?
No, you're all right.
So we're waiting for you. The whole world listening to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, when you said that you can't get bun, because you never know where the bun will come from. When it comes to love and sex, you can't swear for no one. Them bun. You'll take overdose when man give them bun. Cut up man clothes when man give them bun. Wet man car when man give them bun. Walk and talk when man give them bun. The jail man, them all get bun. Short old man, them all get bun. Them bun. Now the mostly. How the politician them a treat you? They liberalize the foreign dollar. They mash up the country too. And what the bad boy police by name. And what the gentleman is with name. This is Sugar out of West Farm, St. Kitts, West Indies, and I'm putting it down.
That's Bonnie said. Let's go back to the lines at 14 before 9. Call you live.
Good night.
Good night, my dear.
My lovely friend, good night.
How art thou?
I am fine.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear you, my dear.
Yes, honey. But this message is not for you. This is for the lawyer lady. I want her to let you know.
Sorry for a moment. You have a radio in the background?
I'm on my veranda, but I will move out the frequency for you.
I'd be grateful. I want the whole world to hear you, my dear.
Yes, I move out the noise, so you can hear me perfectly fine.
Yes, my dear.
I want the lawyer woman to know. Me from Jamaica, and me feel, yeah? And nobody can put out a power, because I will carry the whole world for you. To hell and back, we're going for you. So tell her she must stop cross the borderline, because she switched by you and I don't like it, and we got your back. That's all I want. If you listen to this message tonight, Miss Lawyer Lady, you cannot outrun Patches Liburd. I can't call the last name good boss, but I can call it a kind of way. Don't believe that you can outrun the boss, because the boss is the boss. Him look for the poor, and him look for me, and me got him back to do a spot. So you could have come and sit down. You're not going to get the vote, you're not going to win it. My husband, good night. And I love you.
I love you more, my dear. Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Yes, my Straight Dog family, we have an open dialogue tonight. And as I said from the beginning, dialogue is important, and because we get to ensure, we get to clarify our disagreements. We may follow separate paths, but we don't want to just have an attitude that if we say nothing, it helps to avoid conflict and at all levels. But it depends on what you say and how you say what you say. Let's go back to the lines. Okay, I missed that call. At 12 before the 9 o'clock hour, I'll take this other call. Call you live. Hello, caller.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
This is Mrs. Harris calling in from Central. 2 weeks now, he got a pipe bus over there by the college to the alley. I contact Public Works up to now. I mean to pass him back and forth. Then doing nothing about the pipe. And the pipe bus over 3 weeks now.
You contact Public Works or the Water
Public
Department?
Works, Water Department, whatever the name.
The Water Department, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next thing again I want Timothy Harris pull out from PAM. Because it consists them they ain't good. And with the houses them over there for where you got over there, the blue houses them where you got over there. Up to now, election done, the people them want to go in the house. And the next one again now with Central now, Jepito. He had a meeting with one-on-one meeting. I contact him, WhatsApp him, and he phone. He reading the text and he not say nothing. With the beach island thing now, I contact him and ask. I tell him congrats on top of the thing when he was sanitizing the school. Up to now, he ain't even say thank you, miss, or nothing. With the five, he said he gonna help five. In his manifesto, yeah, got him in hand right now. Yes or so. His manifesto say he gonna help with the 500 package, pebbles. With the one-on-one, I ask him about it. I text him about it. Up to now, he not answer nobody. Election done. We give you work to do. Or you can pay us. You catch where I'm coming from? So if you can do the work, don't tell us how you're going to do this and do that. Tell us one time how you can do it. Everybody calling out and telling out the same thing over and over. Election done. If you can do the thing for the people, just say how you can do it. Don't want the people coming back and forth. That ain't nice. How you getting how you pay. Yeah, good night for you now.
Yes, good night.
Safe journey home.
Thanks a lot, my dear. Thanks a lot. We understand your passion, and we trust that the Water Department will address that burst pipe that's been there for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. There are members from the department living in that particular area. I know one who shall be nameless, and I understand how it is. And sometimes, as politicians, you do get overwhelmed, you get tied up. But that's sometimes no excuse either. Call you live.
Hi, good night.
Good night, my dear. Hello? Are you there, caller? One more time. Are you there, caller? Hello, caller? Okay, let's take this other call. Caller, you're live.
Yes, Mr. Liburd, good night.
Good night, sir.
How are you?
I am peaceful.
Now, I got an issue. I understand that the unity government is talking about opening the borders. My thing is, what is the economic plan? Because Dougie had a plan. Unity ain't got a plan. Opening the borders ain't mean nothing. It can't translate to no economics. No boat can come. So, what are you doing? But I'm going to tell you, you see the load of bad mind thing you keep up on this program is why the people turn your way. Have a good night.
Have a good night, my dear brother. That is what Straight Talk is all about. Caller, your life. It's probably living in a different world. Caller, your life.
Again, tell them patience is a virtue of life. Kitishan people, patience is a virtue of life. Timothy cannot take out his heart and give to everybody. We all have to wait for our fair share. Patience is a virtue of life. All of them calling and complaining. Him is just only one man. Timothy is one man, you is one man, and all we got to wait. They must be grateful and stop being ungrateful. Patches, good night.
Good night, my dear. We go straight back to the lines. Caller, your life.
Good night, Patrice.
My dear brother, John Paul.
I hear a lady was just talking about the politicking, and so it's too much. But it's not going to stop. When he had just the old Labour, not the one we mash up just the other night and just the other day. When he had Pam and the first Labour Party, with Charlie Moore and them people, they had 2 stations. I think it's PJD to the Christian station, down Canary and Zed. So after the election, you don't hear no more talking about politics until the time comes. Not even on the street, sometimes you hear politics. So it's not going to stop because all the way the station where they have now, having a program and it contain politics. You understand? So many days, so many nights, you understand? So his politics is not going to stop. He's talking about politics is not going to stop and abusing and talking for business from unity to Labour we mash up. You understand? So you know we still got opposition. So I don't know why we're going to still talk because I think we should stop talking until the farmer next in the next opposition because we put post and them there's a waste of time to me. You understand? So the politics not going to stop and the talking not going to stop. You don't get worse and worse. I don't see that. I will make a do sometimes just listen. Now anything free, whether food, clothes or whatever I think, people going to be, you understand, because remember the association got different name with the program, them freedom, this, that and that. You ain't going to stop, man, and some people who hold the program no ethics, so they just say what they want, do what they want. Sometimes we want to them get paid. So you all kind of different things, you know. So you're not going to be kind of paid because you was in minister when you start your program, but some of them gone into it. I don't know for what. So, you understand? All right, good night, Patrice.
Good night.
You take it easy.
My dear brother, John Paul. Caller, your life.
Yes. Good night, Bunny. I forget you. Patrice, the person who you said can't be living here. You know the Beatles have a song named The Yellow Submarine? You got to be there, he live in the Yellow Submarine. Man, don't care how high you be in the sky in a plane and you look down here, you can see the difference in St. Kitts Nevis, with the amount of infrastructure going on in Nevis and St. Kitts since 2015 when the unity government come into place. So the lady from Jamaica who said, patience is virtue, she's so correct. A lot of them there is like Job's wife. Job had patience, and when his wife run out of patience, she tell Job, why do he curse God and die? Eh? So them there is that they got the disease of Job's wife. They can't see what the government doing. But you see, a lot of people cannot take success when it come because they are accustomed to knockbout. So when they get success, it's like their stomach got in colic. Progressive colic. And let me go to that man there now who believe he could take up things off your program. Your program is edifying the country, you educating, enlightening the country, and you feeding us with knowledge. But them there on the other side, that man, the trough man, he is just a twist of freeze. And when you want to talk about you and your program is unity program, where your program is proud, and you, the moderator, is proud to have a unity program, because it takes unity to give Nevis people them what they long deserve and they never getting from the government that Troughtman supporting. It takes unity to give back the sugar workers the money what they were robbed of. It takes unity to give back the people them the money from the bank. My father-in-law dead and he ain't get back the money. It takes unity to lift this country, give it an economical facelift. So tomorrow now, when Purple Ocean export and Kunumunu export go up on the big two show is big to Kunumunu. That is good night so long. I will come back. Thank you.
Thank you for your input. And yes, one has to open the borders if you are going to, and you have to anticipate that the economic activity would increase because the hotels need to be open and the protocols in place, and people want to travel. If I could travel tomorrow, I will. The lockdown or the what you call it, the when they put you in these, I'm forgetting the word and all now, my straight dog family. But this message reads, I'm in the USA, and cannot travel this year to the Federation due to the present situation. I am trying to file legal documents to have the property changed to my name. I would definitely like to keep up the property's appearance, but have no family member on the island. The legal attorneys are so corrupted, and this is holding up my progress. It might be a good service to provide names of entities that clean up properties. This would also produce jobs as well as appearances, reads that email. And that email, no doubt, was in response to our show of the other night. But let's go back to the lines nonetheless. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Greetings in the name of our great African ancestors, especially the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and Queen Nzing. Yeah, blessed evening, my beloved African. But how are you and the family and the entire federation?
All peaceful. We're all peaceful, my dear brother. You and your family? And New York?
Good, brother. Good, man. Good. It's raining up here in the Bronx, brother. Well, brother, first let me say, man, good evening to Queen Mother Henry, Brother Greg Herbert, a.k.a. Oba, and Brother Africa, man, you know. Brilliant sister and two brilliant Pan-Africanists, brother. Well, brother, let me talk about the dialogue, brother. With all that going on and COVID and everything, brother, we should more than ever, beloved brother, cling to our people. When I say our people, and you know, I don't talk in no water in my mouth, brother. African people, we must unite more than ever, brother. Look into ourselves, sustain ourselves, brother, in all forms, beloved brother. But brother, in saying that, you cannot unite. And I personally will never unite with no traitor or traitors of the African race, my beloved brother. I won't do that. Because, brother, the enemy within is worse most of the time than the enemy without. Because, brother, when you think a brother is your brother, a sister is your true African brother, sister, brother, and they betray you and betray our people, brother. And you know they said, man, when you want bug bite you harder than any other bug. So, brother, dialogue is good, beloved brother. But, brother, you got to be careful. Because you got to dialogue with true brothers and true sisters, brother, for the more advancement of our beloved country and by extension the African race, brother. Because, brother, as you know, I'm a Pan-Africanist and I'm an African first and foremost, beloved brother. I love the land of my birth and I love my people. In the Federation and by extension, globally, all African people, brother, who especially those like you and others who stand up for African people, especially poor African people, brother. I will be standing side and side, shoulder and shoulder, brother, with any brother, any sister, beloved brother, stand up for poor African people and African people in general, brother. So this dialogue, brother, got to continue, must continue, but no traitors on board, beloved brother. Okay. Thanks again for hearing me. Keep up the great works. Pan-Africanism or Paris. Continue to listen, brother. One love.
Thank you, my dear brother. One love as well. We go straight back to the lines. Caller, you live.
Good night, Mr. Patches.
Good night, sir.
You know what I heard someone said tonight? The country don't start to miss you. Because they said if you were working as a minister, garbage bins would have already down the ferry terminal. Down there don't start to get out of hand. It is getting dirty. And you need garbage bin down there. And next thing, the security people down there need to tell the people who occupying down there not to sit on top of the chairs and put the foot in the chairs. Up to tonight, a guy argued with the next one because he told him, come off of the edge of the chair and sit down properly in the chair. Don't sit on the edge and put your foot in the chair. And he caused an argument. You know, we need to protect what we have. We need to love the development that we get in. Some people is very vengeful. There's dirty up, and they don't care. And because the garbage bin there, they just left everything in the chairs. Nearly all the chairs has in something. It's in a bottle, it's a can, it's a box, it's paper, and all kind of things. Down there need cleaning. You need someone to clean, and you need rubbish bin down there. Good night, Mr. Patrice. The country does start to miss you.
Night, my dear brother.
Because you're a work well minister.
I'm humble, my dear brother. I'm humble. But we go back to the lines. Caller, you live. Hello, caller. Are you there, caller?
Good night, my dear beloved brother.
My dear beloved sister, how art thou?
Your Excellency.
Your humble
I am
servant.
good, you know. I'm good and giving God thanks. And how are you?
Peaceful. I'm peaceful. What about yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Well, what I call to talk about is politics. I love politics. So I would always call to talk about politics. I remember 2015, earlier, I think it was between September, October there. No, 14, not 15. When Douglas bounced the check for Navy and civil servants couldn't get paid, they had to go to National Bank and plead so that they get paid. And this is why I always say Nigerians should be thankful and glad that we have unity. Our unity government is doing well. I want to thank God every day for the unity government. Joseph Parry allowed Denzel Douglas to fool him off, tie him up in a spider web. And because the Norwegian didn't like what he's doing, he said they mustn't eat. So he bounced the check like a wind ball. Now that they get in 45 million stimulus package, we can't afford to let our government and our unity government go to waste. We work hard on it. People were very, very happy. People in the street, you go in the square, everybody look so push up and pull down. National debt, the FBI, he keep going there. He going there, the bill up and the bill up and the bill up, till he reach billions of dollars. And when the government takes charge. When we get with unity government, the honorable, no, let me say it right, Dr. the honorable Timothy Harris, he went into the politics just to get rid of the EMF. And he tackled the debt hard and in no time we know them. We know them. And Labour people were saying, oh, I am at one report. I am at one report. You borrow some money from National Bank. And because you borrow some money from National Bank, you got to tell Scotia Bank how much money you got. No, ain't their business. It's not their business. My government doing well. And I love the unity government. Okay. We will be unity. And news ain't going nowhere. Because they're getting good treated. Anyway, you have a good night.
Have a good night too, my dear.
And safe journey home.
Thank you very much, my dear.
Oh.
I'm sorry about that. I thought you were completed, my dear sister. Caller, you're live.
Yes, sorry, Patrick. I just come in to say this.
Doing so fast here, man?
Dumpling, bumpy, and jam down. For the whole of last week, since they've been trying out the terminal building, bus terminal, they've been asking the top rank police to send good police down there to watch that place. I agree with the caller who called and said people don't start to do nastiness down there. And nobody had no way sitting down and the chair back west.
Okay.
Come out for there. You see, you want to make fight?
Okay.
I'm calling on the commissioner of police. Send police down there to guard that place. You are missing from your job, Patrice. Have a good night. That's all I call back to say. Thank you.
Have a good night, my dear brother. Patches, I'm sorry about that. Patches. Can't seem to be getting this mixed up with this call. I'm sorry about that, my straight dog family. Patches, recently, I was reading a post someone sent me where someone was criticizing you for not answering the calls or his calls. He said he was in the hospital and you never came to visit him, and that is why you lost the election, because you not looking out for your constituents. I recognize the popular radio voice, and I am saying that some people believe you should be supporting them by giving them money and everything they ask for, and when they don't get it, they are mad. These people are heartless. You're giving half of your salary to your constituents and still helping others individually when they meet you. I think you know these people so well that when they call, only one thing comes to your mind: money. They want, so you're right not to answer them. They must listen to the DuPont Experience radio show and hear what he has said, what he has to say about begging, and do expect the government or the ministers to give you everything, or don't expect that should be the government or the ministers to give you everything. Patches, what hurts me is that some of these people had their good money and they went on an orgy of spending in riotous living. Have some shame, people, and leave Patches. You are not any of his children. Reads that email. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Patches, this is Carlton.
I just read your name, my brother. Someone mentioned you, and here you come. Carlton, Elroy, Emmanuel, Liburd, Rastamil Outlocks, DuPont. I got it right?
You got that right, Patches. Patches, I was amazed when I heard the name, but I had intention to call in.
Oh, you did?
I'm a little bit disappointed with the person who the one wrote the thing about you, because the person sent a message to my phone about you not coming to visit. I wonder what people mean when they say you're not coming to visit. That gets me angry. However, are they looking into how much visits they are getting, or the job that you're doing for the country as a whole? Let's move on from that. That's one. Two, it's a shame to see the amount of money that the government spent down at the ferry terminal, down there at the bus terminal. And from what I'm hearing from the program tonight, it appears like certain things start to happen down there already. It's unbelievable. It's like our people don't appreciate good stuff. 2, 3. Let's move on to the Pelican Mall. The bathroom there in the Pelican Mall, even though people say they're not bathroom like in their homes, clean up nice, the amount of work I just see those ladies doing down at the Pelican Mall. And in no time, if you see how the people them have the bathroom down there, it's absolutely ridiculous. We have to get some pride within ourselves, some class. If you see the side of any road cut from the government with those guys, the amount of bottles and cans all around the country and the side of the road. It's unbelievable. Patches, we shouldn't live like this. Last thing I want to say. People coming to me, asking me to get in touch with the Prime Minister for them. I take strong offense to that. I'll tell you why. I don't take up my phone and call the Prime Minister because a Prime Minister of a country is a huge task. So even though I got access and could call Brother Harris, I don't do that because I don't see myself doing that. I want to pray for him and I want to see him continuing this successful job. Look, something someone spoke about tonight, a lady a while ago with a bounce check. Patches, you know how the bounce check for Nevis make me come back to campaign? Have a good evening, my brother, and keep fighting, man. I love you, you know.
I love you more, my brother.
You take care, man.
The DuPont experience. Thanks a lot for your support, my dear brother. Good evening, Patches. I do hope that the overexcited lady from Sandy Point is listening. Mark Brantley did have a meeting with the opposition last week, Friday, but it was Honorable Cleon Stapleton, the sole opposition member in the NIA. More reports, they had a very fruitful and amicable discussion on the affairs of Nevis and plan to have regular interactions in the future. So my dear lady in the future, before you begin to rant and rave, you need to get your facts right. We are in the middle of a pandemic and we all need each other. We need to spend less time sowing seeds of discord and disunity and also reducing the rumor mongering. The opposition here at the federal level needs to start making useful contributions and end this opposing for opposing's sake. Reads this email at 9:15. Call you live.
Yes, good evening, Honorable Patches.
Good evening.
I understand on the radio that you are saying that people owe you a lot of money, but you already the Kobe uranium. You all say that people could not pay 3 months or 4 months, but if you all had known that the people owe all them amount of money, you all should have let them pay him or 200 down on their money. So I don't care to the people who owe the house. And the ferry terminal thing look good. But you know, thing with the old people them with the wheelchair could go. And that's when I want to go there. And you take care and say Tony home and work on the people them with the house. And thank you for my godchild that he get in the house behind Fiona. Thank you. Take care. Okay.
Thank you very much, my dear. Yes, there is impact a ramp there for the this disabled or the physically challenged, I should say. Call you live.
Good night again.
Good night.
It's Harris again. With the Social Security, I went down there. The lady said for all who working, they said braids, monkey man and all kind of man. But he said all who's not working. So who telling lie now? And I know my Prime Minister don't tell a lie. So if Social Security ain't get good, we're not gonna get it again. What kind of thing they telling people who ain't working for the since March, may feel me ain't got a problem with it, but the problem with I got now, with the masking now, since March they're telling them to put on masks. Even police and all ain't got a mask. They ain't setting an example to the people them. So when the corona come in, whenever they bring it in, because them cases that we're going to get, them they can't drink, you know, and they can't put up. The hospital up there can't even help itself. It was so Sandy Point Hospital, rah. if I want to, I don't put him for down there and I do man telling me and me and liable together.
What?
They say I'm not working. I'm not working from since March.
So what you
And I put.
what you normally do, Miss Harris?
But not what?
What you normally do? What work you do?
I work at some kind of factory.
And you're not working?
I'm not working, and I went down there. Tell the woman I'm not working. She tell me not for no factory workers.
But that's not true. But the factory or your employer should have written to the Labour Department. I think that's the process.
So we're supposed to go back up by the work and let them repeat. But they got all the information down there. They said, carry your social security card and some kind of letter and whatever.
You went to the
so we got to go up by the work again to go back down there. That ain't making now.
You went to the Labour Department?
Social security, the woman by the desk.
Yeah, but
I speak to her. I tell her whatever I hear on the radio say. The Prime Minister say, person who's not working. So what the opposite of that?
Yeah, but you need, but if you were working and your employer let you off, to use a colloquial term, then they should have informed the Labour Department. That's the process I know. So at least, yeah, you should check the Labour Department.
So check the Labour Department again.
Yes, my dear. You checked them before?
So you got two way. Is a two-way thing, a two-way line or one-way line? Because that's a social security. And he done is the 18th is next week, you know.
Yeah, what I suggest to check the Labour Department and ask some questions. And,
well, I want to call back again.
And are your employer? But you live in town, so you just walk across with the Labour Department or get to your former employer. Okay?
I want to big up my sister Danny and Marilyn and Tishani and Kizzy. Are you good night? Ma, the Lord is shad on half a tea, good night. Love you. And Jetu and Jacoyo and Bobo and Shamoy. Love you all. Calling from Anguillo. Thank you.
You are in Anguillo?
Yeah, I'm an Anguillian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but allow me Prime Minister bad. Okay, I'm coming. I'm waiting to the borders them to open.
But I see you were working in St. Kitts.
Yeah, I got to come over.
I'm confused. Okay, yeah, lady.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Love you, Timothy.
Okay, my dear. Let's go back to the lines. That's a little confusing there, but call your life.
Yeah, good night, Patrice. This is Sugar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, down the terminal now with people selling garbage thing. You can't put too much garbage thing down there, you know, because you will be only hiring people while they nearby there to bring down the garbage and stink up down there. So you can't put too much garbage thing down there. Only somebody with a cup or a bottle or water bottle in their hand, that's what down there for. And if you buy a snuck on and you don't eat it, you throw the thing in there. But if you put too much garbage thing, you will be hiring people who bring garbage from up in the village. And let me say good night to the 2-foot donkey from Sunny Point. He got a jewel store down in the mall. All the best to you. Good night.
Yes, my dear. Good night. Let's go back to the lines, my Straight Talk family. When you've just joined us, we're having an open dialogue tonight. We're entertaining your views, your comments, your questions. Caller, you're live.
Good night. The lady and understand what the lady saying. The lady say, if you is not working and you have an employee, your employee is supposed to send down the thing down Social Security and you get money. So the woman need to go back to she worker for them to send she money. She can't just get like that. All she study just to get government money and that's all. Good night.
Good night, my dear.
Just weird.
Back to the lines. At 22 past 10, caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Yeah, Patrice, good night.
How are you, my dear brother?
Patrice, where these young people, they don't understand English. Money ain't going to give it just so, you know. The two-name technique is not going to work on the government no more, you know. I give a name down here and go up news and give another one, you know. Social Security say once you ain't working the tourist trade, you cannot get the money. And the right with that. You cannot just give them money just to go buy bread, your son ain't feeding the children them. You gotta be working in the trade. When you work in the tourist industry, that is who are affected badly. They say once you work in the tourist trade, you come and you fill out the paper and you get your money. What's wrong with this young lady? She said she a McDonald's like by a point boss. And now she saying she in Anguilla. What she say to people? But yes, let me show you something. And culture is so right. And my good friend, my good old friend, so live down Westbourne, God. But yes, police gonna come better to think it's people with what going on down there. And the tourism involved with what going on down there. The security down there need to deal with these things. That's what we're paying them for. We be paying the security to just watch people just vandalize the place. The chief of police was getting involved. Because people is not going to take this nonsense where we get in, you know. We're not going to take it. We're not going to take it. People just playing all the time for police presence down there to keep the peace and keep the place looking decent. And you have people down there sitting and the nice benches that they put down there. And what's going on in the country? What's going on? The Prime Minister has done this stupidness where he coming on here and talking about the police and the police doing well. Some of them doing well, but and except that they're just watching people just break the law and don't care. Playing game. Playing game. This is what's going on. Playing a lot of game. But let me show you something here. We got to make sure that down there running just like you run up in the east. You understand? Sherry and another security up there doing such a great job. And you got security down there. But Patches, I gone here because I gone. Okay, I don't want to say the wrong thing here.
Okay,
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
My brother, I got you loud and clear. Always so passionate, my dear brother, and so patriotic. And someone reminded me, and that's what Straight Talk is all about, my good old listeners, that I was looking for the word quarantine, and reminded me that was the word I was looking for earlier. Caller, you're live. Mr. Call, let's take this other call. Oh, what's happening to these lines? Dear Mr. Liburd, as a voter who voted for reforms like electoral and constitutional reform, we have the mandate now, so we need those done. Reads that email. Short and to the point. Caller, you live. 25 past 9.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night, my brother from another mother.
How about thou, my brother?
I have been, since I on sick leave and so forth, I've been going there and inspecting the ferry terminal. And due to the fact that I'm inspecting this ferry terminal, a lot of people get mad with me and so forth. Up to today, I see a busman just come and putting out the garbage and different things like that there. And sweeping out the bus and sweeping out all the garbage on the ground. And I spoke to him and I told him that when I come out next week to work, I do not want to see no busman at all put no garbage and sweeping out no garbage down there. Also, we need an officer down there, a little warden, to all those people who put in down various bottles and different things like that there, on the side of the building and so forth. Some of them busmen going up on the seat and they're sitting down on the railing. The police, them, need to do their work. They need to make sure that these people come down off the railing. Because when I go and I start to talk to them, first thing they want to do, they want to show me fight. And different things. Like, my name is James Davis. And when I go out there next week, I come in on Monday to work. And when I come out there next week to work, and then police ain't gonna work, I'm going to report them fully. Because when I down there and they come in and pulling me up my bus and telling me that I drunk and all kind of different things like that, they are beating me up. Well, what I'm saying now, this country run by law and order. And I ain't drinking rum no more. And I'm saying that now and forever. And I'm letting the public know. When the bus when I come out there to work Monday, all the busmen them got to pull up. All of them got to get straight. Everybody have to get on the mask and everything. Because then people is sitting down in the buses them and they ain't got on the mask. And different things like this here. This demon that going on in the world is a pandemic demon. It's a spirit. And it's killing all people by the hundreds and by the millions. And we need to make sure that the country stays safe. So these people need to understand that they need to do the right thing. Plus, these people, when they got the children and the children drop anything, them that one self need to pick it up. And different things like this here. We cannot have it like old time days. No more. The pandemic has teach us a new policy and a new law and rules and regulation must stand. Otherwise, they pay the $500 ticket, or they go and they pay the $5,000. May the Lord be with you and safe drive home. We need to step down on these people. We need security guard down there who going to make sure that they do the work.
Okay,
we need to train people properly for that.
Okay,
May the Lord be with you, brother. This is brother Bump your talk.
Yes.
Monday when I go to work, I'm going to watch them good and I'm going to take their name and take their number.
Okay, got you loud and clear, my
Yeah.
brother.
Love you.
Love you more, my dear brother. And in the event you've just joined me, my Straight Talk family, tonight we are promoting or continuing to promote what I call national dialogue, as we have been doing over the years right here on Straight Talk. And as your host, I have tried to promote dialogue on all issues of national interest on this forum. I will confess that it has become a political tool for political transformation. And I have tried always to facilitate a stream, a flow of ideas amongst and through us and between us, irrespective of our political allegiance. You say, you have your say, as we say. But with the expectation, though, at all times, that out of this national dialogue, some new understanding and positive change would emerge. You'll be the judge at 9:30. Caller, you live.
Good night, Honorable.
Good night, my dear
Well, I thought I was going to straight you for the crown this year. But after hearing culture and sugar, I had to run back and keep back and say, well, because after Ayatollah left me and God and never tell me he was leaving us, I decided, well, I can get the crown this year. But just now after hearing sugars and culture, you look like I'm in trouble again. You look like I have to fight for this crown.
You want some lyrics from me?
No problem. Anytime you're ready, just drop off some.
Okay, my brother.
You know. But Patrick, I just call it to wish you all the best and all the success in life. What coming up and so on, and just stay put. Don't lose no strength over nobody. Just let her talk who want to talk. God knows better and God will do better. So God bless you, the Prime Minister and your cabinet, the unity government. Thank you.
God bless you as well, my Straight Talk family, the People's King. At 9:30, my Straight Talk family, as I was saying, we are promoting, as we have always done, national dialogue. We have an open line. Let's hear you. You're on, caller.
Pleasant good evening, Patches.
Pleasant evening to you, my dear.
Yes. This is Marshall. Good night again. I dropped up a lighter fire last time on your talk show.
You did?
Right? And I realized that the fire is still burning. But I want to echo the same sentiment that I echoed the last time. I'm a wrong politician for a long time. I'm a real politician lady. I love politics. And what I said is so true. I don't talk fiction. I talk facts. Right? And I said what I said, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I am talking the truth. However, I want to congratulate my Prime Minister for leading the ship without fear or favor and for doing a great job, a tremendous job for St. Kitts and Nevis. Long live Timothy Harris. Long live Team Unity. Have a pleasant good night.
Have a pleasant night as well, my dear Sister Marsha. Call you missed that call at 28 before the 10 o'clock hour. And in the event you've joined Straight Talk for the first time, we come to the airwaves and the social media. Come to you with the national dialogue every Monday and Thursday from 8 until 10 p.m. Tonight is an open dialogue. You have your input. You make your comments. You make your contributions. Caller, it's your turn.
Patches, good night.
Good night, my dear. How about thou?
I good. What election you're having tomorrow?
Election?
Yeah, I hear it's about some voting.
That's for the executive in East Basti, the constituency executive. This is not tomorrow, it's next week, Tuesday. It was postponed from last night. And I'm sure you know the slate that's going up. You must know Karen Sadio. Do you?
Yeah.
Yes, you know her well as very positive lady in the community. You know Fan Aretha Fan Mac.
Yeah.
Deputy Chair. You know Keisha Nolan. She's from your area as well.
Yeah. I know all of them. Yeah.
You know all of them. Chantel Wilkinson and Sharis Cornelius and Al Wali. That's the team that's going up for election and in some cases re-election for the executive.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, I can't vote and send. I can't send any absentee ballot.
Absentee ballot. Well, that's something we can consider down the road. Yeah, because you're born and raised in your tongue, right? So you're
in the heart of East Street.
Yes, East Street to be exact.
Right in the center, right in the middle of East Street.
Yes.
That's where I born.
Sure.
And that's where my mother born too.
Entire
But
family.
he got a fellow guy talking about what? Something about I had a plan. Labour had a plan. Labour plan was to mash up. Team Unity have a plan. The record could speak for itself. Team Unity have a plan. This is time to build. And that's what Team Unity doing. He don't see that. He still a talk about Labour. Labour done gone in a long time. And I want the people them in St. Kitts Nevis remember regardless of what all of we are one. Unity is one. We want nobody put no divide between nobody. PLP and system all of us come together and form a government. The young people them today, they saying PAM and PLP. And CCM they're saying unity. And I listen on we brought here to the Mr. Mark Shaw, and I like how he handled himself today, and I like how he handled Mr. McMahon, because Mr. McMahon look like he was going all around to hear what Prime Minister Mr. Mark Banty gonna say. But Mr. Banty handled himself very well professional. I like how he answered, because they don't just come around you to talk to hear what you're going to say. He was talking a lot about you when you talk about the Constitution. Just going all around to hear what Mark Banty going to say, but I like how he handle himself. And that is what we want. We need to watch what we're saying. Some of us like to talk too much, and somebody talking about Timothy must get away from Pam. What Pam do? All of we is one, and Timothy ain't going nowhere left Pam, and Pam ain't going nowhere left Timothy. We were there from the beginning, and nobody gonna pull Timothy nowhere. All of us need one another right now, and that is what we call ourselves unity. And if we is unity, we need to stop causing problem between the parties them. All of we is one. That's why we went to the poll for 2015, and we're going to go stronger than ever. Think it's Nevis, we ain't going left one another. All of us got ties. So who are cause problem, let the cause problem. I need to stop it, and stop it now. That is good night.
My dear, a pleasant night as well. And we have to remember that the tri-party team unity government was built on a solid foundation, and one can see the results thus far. They don't have to look too far. As that, I'll call you live. I'm sorry about that. Call you live. Hello, caller. Okay, that caller seemed to be doing other things. And yes, you don't have to look too far, as someone said, that caller who made his contribution was obviously living in a yellow submarine, or living in a submarine period. He's probably underground, because he had to be elsewhere and not in St. Kitts if he hasn't seen himself enjoyed the impact of the performance of Team Unity. Caller, yes, you're live.
Good night.
Good night, my dear.
I need them to stop talk so much lie on the radio.
Mm-hmm. Okay, short but to the point, caller. You're live. Stop talking lies. Just I support that. Let's talk the truth. Caller, you're live.
Yeah, Patrice, good night again.
Yeah, good night, sir.
Patrice, I just want to tell about the culture. If you remember this song, where Baron sing, please don't take me, where Sugar sing, please don't take me for Baron. So I want the people to tell me, please don't take me for culture. Because, a lot of people have mixed up me and culture together on the radio. When something, I say something, I know it was me, the person who was engaging somebody on the next different radio talk show. And they were saying it's culture, say this and culture, say that. You understand? Maybe culture makes some kind of other comments for the next radio talk show. But I was the one who was engaging the person. Now, Patches, I got a console. A console with a project behind the Anglican Church in Trinity. Patches, my partner went go drive because he may drive to watch the whole road there, we was going to the land and so. And he live up there, so we went go watch the whole road there and everything was going on and so. A few weeks ago, just now. And Patches, he drove me up the road where he live to drop off some things. And Patches, the road up there in a terrible condition. I don't know who gave this man the idea to put that project up there behind the church. Because Patches, the land on a slope. And the people got very difficulty up there to get road, to get water and everything. Because the water is supposed to come down from up by Tweed area and come down. But instead of that, they do it from the line area, right? The main line area. And I don't think that it's good enough for the people in there. So I just call in and my representative around here, Mr. Lindsey Grant, the representative down there, to work out these things for the people them. Because Patches, sometimes the man just go catch a little bit of water who get his skin wash the people them there and the project there. I know that the unity ain't cause it. But the unity in government now, and you should work out something for these people and that project. Patches is terrible, I telling you. Especially going up in the road, drive up the road here. Patches, again, you have a wonderful night. God bless.
Wonderful night.
And continue to be strong.
Thank you, my dear brother. Patches, I'm listening and looking attentively with this message, and I can tell you that by the time election is ready to be called, the Prime Minister is who people will be voting for, because it should be a unity government, but yet some pulling and tugging. Whosoever the PM put up, I am convinced that is who people are going to vote for. Read this message. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Yes, good evening, Honorable Participant. I wanted some road here up Fairview. Because every time the rain falls, he wash out the road. And I need my perfume to complete. I could enjoy and take exercise. So, all what you all is doing, I need my perfume good and I need my wood. Because every minute the man just do it today. And when we are for tonight, if we are for, he washed down by a girl named Whistle. So please, to fix up the road. I want concrete road or tar road. Have a good night and take care.
Okay, my dear. We heard you loud and clear. And a road, I'm sure, would come shortly, because Akila is very keen to ensure that all the roads in Constituency 3 is a high task because it's costly, but she can do what she can. Call you live.
Catches me again, good night. Since I smaller, you see me grandmother say you hear? People don't start and wipe off the mouth like when foliage shit. Everybody feel like they're smart. You understand? You got to be in it to win it. You got to be a real politician. Me run politics since the 15 years to do this. You understand? And everybody's smart. People don't do things when they're done the sorry. People don't say things when they're done the sorry. Talking in political. Judas betray God. And everybody know the Bible. Everybody know biblical. So I don't know what people trying to say they're saying. Anyhow, I want to echo the same sentiment. If I don't like the Prime Minister, may like I may want I like me. And when I see me, I pass me straight. Love Timothy Harris, and that is what I'm saying tonight to the whole world. Good night.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Can you do me a little favor, though, right? I like you're always assertive, always to the point, but right? Avoid this, and use another word, yeah? A nicer word than the one just now. It's a ficus or something, a mess. The what? Or mess, The one with the SH, and the rest, it made me cringe just now.
Okay, well, let me pull back that. I will take back that. Patches, yes, I will take back that.
I got you.
Let me finish with something, a graduate thing. Yes, Patches. Let me go ahead because I'll take the free call for calling on your show. Every night I'll call in and contribute.
Uh-huh.
Earlier I heard somebody spoke something about you and said something I was laying down and they really get it clear. That's where you lose our waiver. I when they've done the backplate, everything ain't over yet. I want to tell the caller that everything ain't over yet. Until God says over, the step of a good man are ordered by the Lord. You are a true politician, you know what you're doing. And when did they come for you to reign? A lot of people going to hold their head and ball because that seat belongs to you. So they need to know what they're doing and they need to follow politics. People need to follow politics and know what about politics. And 83 that ain't happened to Dr. Simon?
79.
79? Okay, well, we're on the time deal. You understand? It happened already, and it's going to happen again. Because a lot of people voted for you, and probably it seems as though the Spanish, them ain't not the real thing that you got to make your ex and the market. To me, that is what I'm hearing. And when the case coming, I know it's going to come in your favor. So you see it right there.
We look forward to that, my dear. Thanks for
So, you know, you're going right back in where you're at and you ain't gone away.
Yes, man. No way.
So you continue doing the good work and, you know, look about what the culture said and what Jam Dong said about the bus stop. Okay. Not because you remember you was ambassador. So you still could give them, you know, still could give people, you know, tell whatever what to do and you know, like you're the senior man there. So if you have a junior man there who in the seat and they know what they're doing, you just go and talk to them and correct them because you're senior. Wrong or right, Patches?
I take your guidance, my dear.
Okay, so you know what to do. You have a good night and get home safe.
Have a good night as well. I'm sorry, Marshall. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
A pleasant good evening to you, my brother.
How art thou, my dear brother? the first Noel.
Let me say something here. Right? I had a few calls. I was listening, and I hear a few people make some contribution. But then make some contribution tonight and but it seems like when people vote, you know, some people don't understand that people have choices. In an election, people have choices. It could be 1, 2, 3, multiple, per se. Now I voted and supported. And what? We both have for Team Unity, for my party, which is part of Team Unity, the People's Action Movement, Eugene Hamilton, to be precise. And, you know, the Labour Party lost. The second time around, they lost convincingly. They were demoralized. And perhaps it seems like some people can't understand that and they can't take it. Unfortunately so. But I am saying, I want to make a plea here tonight through this medium, your radio program, to a guy they call Damien Lipton's son. Touches is from Picopiali. He works for parks and beaches. He's a supervisor. And he's a strong supporter of Marcelo Liburd, which I have no problem with. He votes for who he wants. He votes for who I want. That's my right. That's his right. But Patches, he think because I have a problem, right? I use a worker. And I become very vulnerable for this verbal abuse from people like him. And others. But in particular, from ever since I was living in Christchurch, to now I live in Coney, and I will be under the tree very often per week, sometimes twice, 3 times a week. And he finds nothing but to interfere with me. But I want to tell him, my disability doesn't make me vulnerable. It makes me defensive. And all I'm saying here through this medium and to one and all listening to your program, tell Damien for Lipton, please, I'm begging him. I may look vulnerable, but no, I am not. I'm very defensive. And when I say defensive, I mean, I am not going to take no abuse from nobody. Because I go to town, I don't interfere with a soul. I vote, and whatever conversation or whatever message you have for Dr. Harris, let it go and take it to Dr. Harris. He walking in Church Street. Stop interfering with people and working for the government patches. It is totally wrong. I don't have a problem with people working for government and against the government. But you can't be walking around and interfering people. Stop interfering with people who vote for the government. And you working for the government getting double salary 4 times. Never happened before. But no, I know I'll have to go through the verbal abuse weekly from people like him. I am calling on him, and I'm calling on him, Mother Lipton, to tell him, leave me alone with things started on. You don't stop.
Okay, my brother.
Thank you. God bless you, and have a pleasant evening.
Same to you.
I'll talk to you too after the phone when you're
we
ready.
need to connect. Yes, right. Thanks a lot, my brother.
God bless you. Have a safe drive home, my brother.
God bless
Bye-bye.
you as well, the first Noel. Caller, you live.
I agree with Noel.
I thought you said it was your last call, lad. And you turned your radio off. Can you? Okay, we seem to miss the caller. You live. Hello, caller.
Hi, good night, Patrick.
Good night, my dear.
I'm just wondering, the names you called out earlier, those are the only ones running
That I know.
that you know?
Yes.
But to my knowledge, another person was nominated. Miss Vanessa Phipps, the chair.
Those are the ones I support and I know.
Oh, okay. Nice to know.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes, and the ones that I support and I know, I'll repeat them again. They're Karen Sadio, they're Aretha Fanmark, there's Keisha Nolan, Shantella Wilkinson, Sharez Cornelius, and Alawali Mohammed. Those are the ones I support. Those are the ones I know. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Liburd, and how are you?
I am peaceful. Yourself?
Okay, I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. I'm just calling concerning the stimulus package that the Prime Minister, I overheard the Prime Minister spoke about on Tuesday night. I'm not certain if I'm right. But I think he said there will be a payment for September for those whose jobs were affected by the COVID. But it's not going to be, if you're receiving the PAP, which is the $500, you're not going to be eligible. Which I find it's not fair. I know that he's trying, but it's not fair because some persons are not working at all because of the tourism, you're in the tourism sector, and you're getting that PAP, which is $500. The stimulus package is $1,000. But what about other persons whose jobs are not affected? Probably they and their households are all working, and they're still getting the $500. I mean, for us who are not getting anything at all, even if we're getting the $500, Lord, I think we should have even gotten another $500 from the Social Security, even if not the $1,000, to make at least $1,000. Because $500, really and truly, you know, you're going by Rams, you know, what happened with $500?
So you're one who lost temporary loss.
Yeah,
job?
my job is affected. Yeah, I wasn't made redundant or anything. So, but I'm getting the PAP.
But you get any part of your salary or no salary at all?
No salary at all, just the PAP.
So you get the full $1,000.
Well, yeah, I got the $1,000. So I'm not getting the September one because he says you would not be eligible if you are receiving the PAP. It is the $500, which I find is sort of unfair.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I'll have to revisit that because I thought you were allowed to get. If you get the $500, then you get the difference out of $500 from. So you should make up your $1,000 then. But I may be wrong.
Yeah, I thought because he said it's just for September because you know you were getting for the other months you got the $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
But for September he is giving another month. But then if you're getting the PAP, you will not be able to get the. I mean, I find that you're kind of hard, but.
I can understand. I empathize with you.
The PAP is $500. What I'm saying, he could have even said if you're getting the PAP, which is $500. Okay, you wouldn't get the full 1,000 for September. You will get
the
500.
Yeah, but
Because as I said, first person's jobs are not affected. They are getting their full salary wherever they are working, and they're still getting the PAP. And some persons are getting nothing at all, or just the $500. I mean, it's sort of unfair.
I take your point, my dear, and we do have a government that shows compassion and a leader, so that's something I'm sure he'd be willing to consider.
Yes, I really appreciate, what he did, compared to other islands, other countries. He did very good, but I find the one is a little unfair.
I got you. Got you, my dear. But
okay, you have a good night. God bless.
Have a good night as well. I think I understand. Caller, you're live.
Yeah, Patrick.
So, yes, sir.
Well, let me tell you something about the package. The package about the $500. And you're getting $500 and you don't get $1,000 already, you cannot get nothing for September. So let the lady know that, because then explain it loud and clear. Our government workers and things like that there, you're not able to get no money and different things like that. The people who don't get $1,000, they don't get $1,000 already. Right? And plus they're getting the 500. They cannot get no more out of this month money. Only not working.
I got you, my brother. I think the lady understood what you said, but she said, in her view, it's unfair. That's all she's saying.
Yeah, but then it cannot be unfair when she don't get the $1,000 already, because some people got to go pay back $1,000 now because they went and take package twice.
Okay, my brother. Got you,
and the woman sounding very, very wise and very sensible.
Okay,
and different things like that.
I got you. I got you.
She, I know, but knowing the way she speak, she is a hard-working woman.
Okay, got you.
Understand?
I've got you,
my brother.
I'll
be with you, and may you have a safe drive home.
Thank you.
A lot of people trying to double up in the pot.
Okay.
And things like this here. And when they try to double up in the pot and so forth, they don't get damaged. Because a lot of people got to go pay back Social Security money now because they want that extra money
loud and clear,
out of this month's pay.
Okay, I got you.
So forth.
Okay, I got you loud and
clear. You got
to
be very careful.
Yes, I got you, my dear brother.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. I got you loud and clear. I don't think you want to say that about the lady because she did not say that. But caller, you're live. Yes, caller, you're live, caller. Hello, caller.
Patches.
My dear.
Good night.
Good night. Could you turn your radio down or off?
Okay. Sorry, I'm moving from the radio. How are you?
I am peaceful. Yourself?
Okay. This is Sean family. First time calling in. I'm glad that we are safe and are doing a good job. Paula from Sunny Point. Sean family.
Okay. How about though?
Paula.
Yes.
I met you down by the terminal by Shasha. You spoke to me already.
Yes, I remember you.
Yeah.
I remember you, my dear.
As a big supporter.
And
always vote for you all.
And don't let nobody move that or change
that.
Okay?
No. And I love my country and my Prime Minister for the good job you're doing, because Stacia Raise Up, they have a lot of cases right now. We're going to shut down for 2 weeks. My kids live there.
Okay.
So thank God for the federation. And my mom in St. Thomas, big her up. Her birthday is Monday coming.
What's the name?
Yulili Hobson.
Okay, my dear.
St. Thomas. And be safe, Paula. Love you, Patches.
Love you more, Paula. Be safe.
Yes, okay, bless.
Be healthy, my dear.
Thanks.
As we wind down tonight's program, I'll take a few more calls before I make my exit. Caller, you are live.
Good night.
Good night, my dear.
Also running is Vanessa for chairman, Harriet Archibald, deputy chair, Phyllis Farrell, treasurer, Latisha Richards, secretary, Laurentia Isaac, assistant secretary treasurer, Waddell Nichols, PRO.
Okay, got you loud and clear. And I do support, as I said before, Karen Sadio for chair, Aretha Fan Mack for deputy chair, Keisha Nolan for secretary, Chantel Wilkinson for treasurer, Sharis Cornelius for PRO, and Al Wally. I think that's the team that the constituency needs right now. Call you live.
Good night.
Good night, my dear.
The team sound good, man.
Yes, it's a good team. Trust me. I
Well, you're the leader, so you have to be a good team. How are you?
I am peaceful. Yourself?
How was your weekend? Good, man. Good. Once I hear your voice, I feel good.
Restful. Went to church, spiritual uplifting. And
yes.
Yes.
I just called to say good night.
Mm-hmm.
Safe drive home. And I pray that the Lord cover you with his blood.
Okay, thanks.
And I love you very, very much.
I love you more, my dear. And if I said the reciprocal, I mean the same to you. Have yourself a wonderful night.
Yes, you too.
Thank you. Please, we wind down. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Yeah, Patches, good night again. Patches,
Good night, my brother.
I want to say good night to Rose Warner, one we long-time worker in the lead Warren. Rose in the States. I want to say good night, Rose, because Rose always shout for you, Patches. And she concerned in the case. She want to hear good results.
Yes.
Because I'm confident in her. It's good over evil, you know. You know that? Patches, I want to say something here tonight because we cannot, the contribution from Agnes Kerrit, we cannot just push it aside. We have to do something for Agnes Kerrit before she depart this life. Agnes served this country well in the pharmacy, Kerrit pharmacy, and I think she deserves some kind of honoring. A calling on the governor and the prime minister to really try to do for Agnes Kerrit. She's down in age now and she contributes to think it. All of us she take care in this country and she never used to watch face, you know. Sometimes when you got it when your mother send you over there. And she will send wherever medication the next day when your parents get money. And she do that across the board for everybody, Patches. And I believe she deserves some recognition because I want to hold up high for her contribution. Patches, have a good night.
Have a good
night. Take care.
Have a good night.
Because the people, Patches,
yes,
is saying, you know, that you use the hard worker in the unity concept, you know, and they want you back. So, you know they're going to get you back. Have a good night.
Have a good night, my dear brother. Yes, I won't sit. I will stand for the people. Patches, I support what Bumpy was saying earlier. The bus drivers at the West Terminal are not following the protocols, and to compound the issue, they have introduced a system where they want to force people to ride on buses against their wishes. They need to clean up their act before they try to force things on people. Reads that email. Caller, you're live. Can you use 10 seconds?
Hey, Patches.
So.
Yeah, good night. Long time this voice ain't heard. Patches, in everybody you get that good, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to just be like the Prime Minister. Cool and calm. Because you cannot get rough out of rough. And you hear how people just put yam and potato together, you just kick them out and see what you're doing with. So you know them all tie up the government head. The government somebody love and the name is unity, what people are fight to carry. So let's hold one head and just go on with helping each other. Unity is good. Let's keep it together. And that is the best I could say for tonight. Yes, boy.
Well said, my dear brother. And perhaps that's the way we should end it tonight. Unity is good. And let's keep it together. Unity, the tri-party team unity government was founded on a solid foundation. And my straight dog family, we've had dialogue tonight, and I believe we had a good dialogue. On a regular basis, we must consider just having more dialogue, and instead of the acting like the old Irish proverb, whatever you say nothing. We, as I said from the beginning, dialogue has its roots in Latin, as it is derived or comes from the Greek word dialogos. Dia means through and logos means the word. So I have suggested over the years a body of ideas must flow between us, through us, and the words we express would eventually redound to the improvement in our federation. When you look at the best fiscal performance of our team into government, the best fiscal performance ever since adult suffrage, the best performance in infrastructure development as we continue to improve our health sector as well. But my Straight Dog family, we have to, as I said, dialogue with each other, clarify our disagreements, and we must and the need to follow separate paths to separate futures. No. Either way, dialogue enhances our ability to make informed decisions, and I believe that is good. Dialogue at its simplest is a process that facilitates better understanding of each other's view, and it enhances our ability to make informed decisions. That's the way I'm going to end it, my Straight Dog family, because my time is done and I got to run. I want to thank you, the many callers and even those who couldn't get in. The lines are going, but my Straight Dog family, I am out of time. I have to make way for the Mayor of St. Paul's, Theophilus Clark, and his good old music that he plays. Until we connect on Thursday, and until we connect, I want to thank, first of all, I must thank Almighty God for guiding our conversation tonight. And as always, I must thank you, the callers, for your input, the emailers, you too, and those who on the Facebook Massive in Maryland, Miami, Stacia, St. Thomas, New York, London, Australia, all over the world, St. Martin as well. All of you are the ones who make Straight Talk. Those of you on social media and others. And exact, of course, on ZIZ Radio and Sugar City FM St. Kitts. Without those media, we won't be able to reach you. And I say a big thank you to Bevan Wilkinson and his team, my producers. So until we connect on Monday, have yourselves, my Straight Dog family, the best of what's left of tonight. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Be good to all whom you meet. And remember to respect the protocols that are in place during this time, these unprecedented times. Remember, whatever your mind conceive, that you will achieve. But you first of all got to believe. Happy birthday to you, Lily Hobson. Happy birthday when it comes tomorrow to Jasmine. Remember what I said about that delicacy of ours. Until we connect, remember, whatever your mind conceive, that you will achieve. But you first of all got to believe, my Straight Dog family. So until we connect, have yourselves a wonderful weekend and keep moving on. Bye-bye, my Straight Dog family.
In the morning, I thank God for the morning light. Give him thanks and praises for taking me safely through the night.